Ski boots are arguably the most important part of your setup. They're the link between you and your skis, transferring the power between you and the mountain. Hey, I'm Hannah, a gearhead here at Backcountry, and I'm going to walk you through the nitty-gritty details you need to find the perfect pair of ski boots. Let's get into it. Ski boots are arguably the most important part of your setup. They're the link between you and your skis, converting the motion of your legs into the power that drives every turn you make down the mountain. In this video, we'll cover the key factors that affect the connection between your boots and skis, and common mistakes people make when buying boots, like overestimating the right size and flex. We'll also dive into the technical world of Mondo point sizing and sole standards. One of the most common mistakes first-time boot buyers make is getting a pair that's too big. It's tempting to pick a boot that's comfortable, but that often translates into a slower response time between you and your skis. If you've ever heard the terms performance fit or race fit, this is because a tighter fitting boot means a near instantaneous response in your skis each time you move your foot. When you put a ski boot on, you should feel your toes touching the front of the boot. When you bend your knees and flex into the boot, a natural skiing stance, you'll feel your toes pull away. Plus, the liner in a boot will pack out over time, so a properly fitting boot is going to feel tight at first, and it may take a few days on the mountain to break them in. It's not the most comfortable experience, but in the end, you'll get a high-performing boot that will last you more than just one season. To get the right fit for your foot, you'll need to do a shell fit. You can do this by removing the liner from your boot and measuring the space between your foot and shell to determine your Mondo point size and your last size. If you can, we recommend visiting a boot fitter to do this. Feet come in all shapes and sizes, so certain brands might offer a better fit. An experienced boot fitter will be able to shell fit you and know right off the bat which brands will work best for your foot. The next common mistake first-time boot buyers make is choosing the wrong level of flex. Flex refers to the stiffness of a boot and can range from 60, which is the least stiff, to 130, the most stiff. It can be tempting to go for a more aggressive boot if you consider yourself an expert skier, or go for something soft if you're a beginner. But your weight and height matter just as much as ability level, if not more. Too soft, and the boot will fold instead of moving your ski. Too stiff, and you won't get a snappy response, and will most likely result in some discomfort before the day is over. Let's dive into some of the more technical aspects of ski boots. If you see a boot with a walk-hike mode, that usually means there's a latch at the heel that you can flip to give the cuff more range of motion when you're not skiing. For your ski binding to release safely, your boot sole needs to be compatible with it. Sole standards can get confusing, but we'll break down some of the basic types. Standard alpine ski boots have a flat sole and are only compatible with standard alpine bindings. Boots with a grip walk sole have rockered soles that are only compatible with alpine bindings with an adjustable toe height. Alpine touring boots have a more rockered sole with rubber tread for better traction and inserts for the pins and tech bindings. Hybrid boots, which you can use for the resort or touring, are also becoming more popular. Hybrids usually have grip walk soles, but also include the inserts for pins and tech bindings. These are a great option for moving between the resort and backcountry with just one boot, but they have far less range of motion in walk mode than an alpine touring boot. Like we said, sole standards can get a little confusing, but when in doubt, you can always check the ISO. If there's one thing you remember today, it's this. Each boot sole has a compatibility number, like ISO 5355, 9523, and you should match it to a binding with the same ISO. And hit pause right now and take a screenshot, because this chart makes understanding boot binding compatibility as easy as a magic carpet run. All right, let's wrap this up with a few key points. 1, find a boot that fits. We can't stress enough the benefit of going to a boot fitter for a proper shell fit to dial in both the right size and correct volume for your foot. They'll also be able to punch the boot out for you if you have any pressure points. 2, know what kind of skier you are in terms of both skill and build. An aggressive skier who's lightweight may want a boot with an intermediate flex so that they're able to flex into the boot. A heavier built beginner might also want an intermediate flex, so the boot doesn't simply fold when they flex into a turn. Bottom line, if you don't already know exactly what you're looking for, see a boot fitter and try on some pairs before you buy online. Thanks for watching. We hope you learned something, and we'll see you in the lift line. If you still have questions, connect with the Gearhead.